Capricorn, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Without further ado, here we go. All right, so Capricorn, it looks to me like you're in control of a particular situation. You're the driving force behind a particular union or a contract. You're the glue that's holding this situation together. And you don't want to be. You feel that it's made you defensive. You feel that it's made you controlling. And you don't want to be the controlling factor. You're hoping to be able to step back and allow the situation to unfold a little bit more organically. And somewhere deep inside, you're hoping that if you aren't the one calling the shots, that the other person, the other energy in this, it could be a union, it could be a contract, it could even be a personal relationship, that person will then step up and meet you in the middle. You don't want them to control you, but you recognize you've kind of been controlling and leading them, and you want them to stand up and be their own person, be their own entity. You want this other energy to meet you in the middle, be an equal, not a subordinate. The fear that you have is that this person will be so overwhelmed with choices and decisions, they will miss the opportunity to rise to that standard. And then you'll become bored. The reality of the situation is you are your own complete person. You do not have a dependency on this other person at all. But the other person is searching for a knight in shining armor to come in and save them. You don't want to be that knight in shining armor. You want them to be their own knight in shining armor. Because you want somebody to meet you at your level. You saved yourself. You fixed the things you needed to fix. You put the work into yourself. You want somebody who's willing to put the work into their self. Because up until now, you've been guiding that person into putting that work. It's almost like, we'll say it's a friendship. Let's say this is a friend or a family member, and you went through some really hard times, okay? And you started to get over those hard times, and you met somebody else who was going through hard times, but you were at the end of your journey, and they were at the beginning of their journey. So you kind of helped and motivated them to give them the tools, and now you want to take those training wheels off to see if they can really succeed. Because you recognize that they can only succeed if they're willing to do certain things for themselves. You can't always be there for that person. Okay? This could even be about a child, or if this is a vocational thing, maybe even an apprentice. But yeah, you went through it first, and then you started to teach somebody the types of coping mechanisms and survival tools they needed to get over their own things because you had already been there. But now it's time for you to step back and let them do what they're going to do. And you want to see what kind of person they are going to become. Because you recognize if you're their knight in shining armor all the time, if you're the one always bringing them that energy and that emotional fulfillment and telling them what to do, then they'll be stuck. They won't have their own personal growth. They'll always have you to lean on. And they won't have their own personal legacy because a part of it will always be you. And in all honesty, the whole reason in helping this person is you wanted them to be a whole person. You didn't want them to depend on you. So Capricorn, what I'm seeing here is you're recognizing that you are an independent person and there is somebody who depends on you. And you're trying to see what it is that you need to do to get them to be their own independent person too. Because in order to move forward, you need somebody of equal footing who's standing at your level. Not somebody, you don't want somebody who needs you. You want to spend your time with other people who are independent and do for themselves. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, Capricorn. If nothing else, I hope I validated your feelings. And I'll see you next week.